What if I told you that history hides some of its darkest secrets in plain sight? Japan's wartime actions remain among the most horrifying ever recorded. During World War II, Imperial Japan committed atrocities that shocked the entire world and left millions of innocent lives destroyed forever. The rape of Nanking in 1937 stands as one of history's most brutal massacres, where hundreds of thousands of Chinese civilians were mercilessly slaughtered. Women and children were not spared. Entire families were torn apart in acts of unspeakable violence that lasted for weeks without stopping. Imperial soldiers conducted systematic executions, burying victims alive and using civilians for brutal bayonet practice in organized, military-sanctioned killing competitions. Unit 731 was Japan's secret biological warfare division, where living human beings were used as test subjects in horrifying medical experiments. Prisoners were infected with deadly diseases, subjected to frostbite experiments, vivisection without anesthesia, and pressure chamber tests that caused agonizing deaths. Thousands of prisoners from China, Korea, Russia, and allied nations were killed inside Unit 731's facilities, their suffering hidden from the outside world. Comfort women, numbering over 200,000, were forced into sexual slavery by the Imperial Japanese military across occupied Asian territories. These women came from Korea, China, the Philippines, and beyond, stripped of their freedom and dignity in military-run facilities throughout the war. The Bataan Death March forced over 70,000 American and Filipino prisoners to walk over 60 miles under brutal conditions, killing thousands. Prisoners who collapsed from exhaustion, starvation, or disease were executed on the spot, left abandoned along the roadside without mercy or hesitation. Japan also conducted widespread aerial bombings and chemical weapon attacks against Chinese civilian populations, violating every international law of warfare established. Mustard gas and other chemical agents were deployed in hundreds of documented attacks, causing horrific suffering among soldiers and innocent civilians alike. The Manila Massacre of 1945 saw Japanese forces murder over 100,000 Filipino civilians in a final desperate act of brutal violence. Despite overwhelming evidence, many Japanese war criminals were never fully prosecuted, and some atrocities remain officially unacknowledged by the Japanese government today. Survivors and historians continue fighting for recognition, ensuring these dark chapters of history are never forgotten or erased from collective human memory. History demands we remember these victims, honor their suffering, and ensure such horrifying crimes against humanity are never allowed to happen again.